I submit objections every election cycle. This is not the first time, but to throw a punch at the supervisor, I find very critical or funny. Napoleon Harris as well has filed objections as well against these candidates and used people to do it on his behalf, as well as Christopher Clark, who's also a candidate for supervisor. I don't know who's feeding the media the information.
It's my birthday. I care about my residents. Continue to stay prayed up. We're going to continue to fight this fight. Make sure you punch one. Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Ooh, let's go! All right, guys. So we're going to finish up. Demo out here. Today is his birthday. I appreciate him. I love you so much for loving on the people and take care of them. They love you, too.
A fight erupting in the back of the room. Fists, kicks, people jumping on top of tables, monitors smashed, with Henyard and her boyfriend in the middle of the melee.
Residents from throughout the Township showed up in drones. We had buses out there, cars. You know, it was super cold. I know I ran into you outside, and I was out there with them. They didn't even let me in. So when I did try to go in originally around 5, they told me they had a party and we cannot enter into the building. I asked, can you please let the residents inside the building? They said, no, they have a party. I said, but this is our residents. Let them in. They said no. They did not register for the party. I felt that was so disheartening because at the end of the day, this is somebody's mom, auntie, cousin, uncle. You should let them in. It was cold outside, super cold.
Man, I swear to God, there's not a single thought behind that man's eyes. Demarcus dumbass Criggley. If you were to compare the brain cells between Demarcus Criggley, Tiffany Henyard, and a Chihuahua, the brain activity would probably be around the same level. And that's because we grouped Criggley and Tiffany together. Shit, if Criggley was on his own, who knows what we would get? Probably the likeness of a frog. Anyway. Now, as you know, I've been saying that Tiffany's been hiring underqualified crooks and criminals for the longest. And it's very odd. You have people like Andrew Holmes, Lavelle Redmond, or whatever his name is. All those people with those disgustingly interesting backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Look up the history on, of course, Andrew Holmes and Redmond. And then she hires people like Kamal Woods, right? Keith Freeman. Don't forget Louis Lacey, the crooked cop. Everybody she hires is a criminal. But hold on now. Demarcus Criggley is the special one. Literally. He's the one I feel like she just took a super chance on because I feel like he's the dumbest one out of them all. Every single time they have a meeting or a public outing, every single time somebody has a little something to say, you know what I'm saying? Keith Eponymous Price gets to say a little something. Andrew Holmes gets to say a little something. You know, Scarryface, Michael Smith gets to say a little something. Demarcus Criggley never gets to say anything. And I think that's because the entire crew knows that he's dumb. You know what I mean? You know when you have that one friend group and you just know how everybody is and you're like, oh, yeah. You can't put him in that situation because it's not going to work out. That's how Tiffany's crew treats Demarcus Criggley. But anyway, I'm getting away from myself here. In the past, after the whole meeting, there was word that went around that Criggley got arrested. And everybody was like, oh, is that true? Is that not? What's going on? We want to know what's happening. Is there body cam? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. Body cam has been released of Criggley being arrested. It's not very long, but it's a fact. It's for a fact him with the same lost ass eyes as usual. But anyways, let's go ahead and just check this little arrest out. I'm not exactly sure why he got arrested, but they said, let's go and talk back at the station. Let's go and talk back at the station. If Demarcus Criggley comes out of there with a Big Mac and some fries, Tiffany, it's not looking good.
Demarcus. Good, how are you?
Good.
We're detectives with South Holland.
Okay.
I need to talk to you, man.
You called me?
Huh?
You
Boop, 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 boop. Right there, man. Raggedy as ever, boy. Raggedy as ever. And it's funny that he doesn't really have that Thornton Township gig going right now. Maybe he's in between jobs, but it's kind of interesting, the fall from grace. He was once in Thornton Township with the suits and all that. Now you're at the side of the road with a busted-ass Camaro.
No, I need to talk to you at the station, man.
Okay.
All right? Put your hands behind your back. You're in the restroom. All right? I'm going to let the cigarette.
Did I turn off the car?
I'll let you turn it off. Just drop the cigarette for me. Huh?
That car lock, I got to start it off. Just turn it off? So that man needs to come my way. You got cell phone?
Here.
My phone down there? Oh, yeah.
Those good for you?
Yeah, sir.
I want them to be comfortable because I'm gonna lock them so that they don't tighten up.
Which lady? Yeah, and... Okay. So, where you from? That's right.
You working on cars?
Yeah, I work on cars.
Okay, so right here I was trying to figure out what was going on. They're showing him something. It seems to be a video, okay? I'm not sure if he can read, so I highly doubt it's a document. I think it's a video they're showing. Now, at this point, they cut audio, and we can't hear what's happening. They cut audio a lot. But in my opinion, it has something to do with Tiffany, something. And even if it doesn't have anything to do with her, if he ever starts facing serious time and he starts to panic, I'm pretty sure he can offer certain things up. Again, I'm not sure what he's going to jail for, but it says 03/27/2025. Okay? That was hella recent. That was mad recent. I don't know what he went for. And I know there's old footage of him going to jail before. So I think he has a bit of a rap sheet. And you know what happens when people have history? Charges get a little bit crazier and they just get a little bit more cooperative. But let's continue. Right now they're just searching him. Over here looking raggedy as hell. And right now he keeps looking at that phone. I tried to look at what they're looking at. I cannot tell. There's nothing I can see. But he's in tune and he's explaining something to them right now. All this point in time, I think he's pleading his case while they're showing him this video.
All right. You all know how long I need to be at the station, and do I need to contact my attorney?
I don't know how long, but once we get there, we'll have a better idea and we'll figure it out.
Okay, that's fine.
Ready?
All right, yeah.
He one cross-eyed motherfucker too. But I know he's nice and chill. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time he's ran into the police before. Everything's cool. But if he doesn't get help out of this situation, remember, this is recent. This was just last month, right? The rumors were going around. Now we're seeing it in the flesh. If he doesn't get help in this situation, now I'm sure he bonded out, got out of jail, did what he had to do. But if there was any point of time where he got put into a jam, he might have had to tattletale. Just saying. I don't know. I feel like he might have some juicy information.
when the train came.
They came unmarked over here. Tinted out. What is that, a Range Rover or is that an Explorer?
I know, right?
I'm working hard, I know.
Man.
Second.
No, you all good.
What the That's a Range Rover, ain't it? They came blacked out. Why? Damn. Why so high profile?
Go ahead.
Oh, they're sitting next to him too. That shit crazy. I ain't never seen some shit like this. Only in Chicago, I guess. That's the Range, right? What do we have? What is it?
What's it going to be?
But pretty much that's it. That's pretty much the end of it. I think they start having a conversation, and for some reason they bleep this out. And this is what further makes me believe that this is sensitive information, because if it was just a regular anything they were talking about, I think they would have left the audio in, you know, like, oh, you stole somebody's tires, or oh, you beat so-and-so up in the meeting. I feel like we would be able to hear that. But if it's something ongoing, maybe they were just like, let me pause it. Maybe they were just like, let me cut the audio. Let's cut the audio until the case comes to trial, and we'll move from there so the public doesn't get that information. We'll see. But I found this entire video interesting because there is so much audio removed. Past 5 minutes, you can't even, there's nothing to see or hear. They just drive all the way there. And I know it's because they're talking. So if you guys want to see the entire version of the video, somebody named Street Media Network posted it. The full 16 minutes and 15 seconds, just a lot of driving and quietness. But the fact that there's a lack of audio for this entire drive is what makes me think he may have been saying hella shit about Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. But hey, only time will tell, folks. Like I said, one by one, piece by piece, this whole little situation is going to fall down. And keep in mind, she's still the mayor. Okay, so you better respect that woman. All right? But until then, folks, I just want to drop this real quick. Super quick video. I just was super surprised that we actually saw Demarcus Criggley's arrest so quick and that there was so much redacted. Tell me what you think the redactions mean, okay? And I'm talking, it's a whole lot of nothing. So they must have been talking about something serious, but I'll see y'all later. Peace.